Hey guys, so we have some information on the EZAs for Dokkan Fest INT Super Gogeta, as well as the EZAs for two Super Saiyan Blue Gokus that are tied to the Blue Kaioken Goku Dokkan event. And what's interesting about this is the two Blue Gokus. I'm actually more interested in them over the Gogeta, just because they actually do bring a new, I guess, mechanic technically to the game. So I always love when they do things like that, think outside of the box for how to improve stuff better. But let's go ahead and talk about these Gokus first, then we'll move on to Gogeta afterwards. So the Tech Super Saiyan God Goku, this guy really never was relevant other than when he literally just released his pre-Dokkan Awakening. He was like the best nuking lead in the game. You would use him in a lot of events. Nowadays he's never used, but hopefully he can be decent now. The only notable difference with the leader skill is it goes up by 2%, which really is only going to be useful in like the punching bag event. Because I think for most of those events, the best strategy is to use LR Goku and Frieza, right? And this guy's obviously the best leader for that because of the tech nuking type leader skill, so that's good. I guess at least he has a use, right, for this leader skill. Alright, so pre-EZA, the super attack was literally just causes supreme damage, and then the super attack after EZA, he's still supreme damage, but then he also raises attack and defense for 1 turn, which is pretty good. Not crazy, right, but it's still pretty good. Then the passive prior to the EZA was attack plus 30% and changes Rainbow Key to Tech. So now he still changes Rainbow Key's first attack, and then he gets an attack and defense boost by 100%, and he gains an additional attack and defense plus 59%, and gives all allies plus 7% to critical hit chance if all allies attacking in the same turn are Tech type. Now this is sort of like the new mechanic that they're bringing here, where if you have, if all allies attacking in the same turn, it's just if the other two allies attacking in the same turn, right, are Tech type. So this guy's going to obviously be preferable to run on like Super Tech Team, which, to be honest, is not really super popular right now. So I guess they really want you to use this guy on something like Extreme Super Battle Road Super Tech or something like that. I'm not really a huge fan of requiring other typings, because I think that's much more restrictive than what we'll see in the second unit, the Super Saiyan Blue AGL Goku. But it's an interesting concept, right? Having to basically use all tech types in your turn to get a massive, well, not really a massive boost, but giving allies crit chance is very good. And then this guy does get an additional attack and defense plus 59%. The only question I have with this, and I don't think we'll know until this guy actually comes out into the game, is does this new mechanic apply on super attack, or is it at start of turn? I assume it's on super attack. I'm assuming it is. And if that's the case, this guy's going to be hitting really, really hard, because it's going to be a 100% attack and defense boost at the start of turn, and then basically what it's going to be is another 59% boost on top of that when he supers, which is calculated separately. But again, we're not going to know until we actually have the unit released. So that is the Tech one. Let's move on to the AGL one. Now, when this guy, the interesting thing about this unit, when this guy first got his Dokkan Awakening alongside the Kaioken Blue Goku, this guy was actually better. But it was considered better by a lot of people, right? The only thing that the Kaioken Blue Goku really had on this unit was the fact that the Blue Kaioken one had a lot better links, right? He had Over and Flash, Shocking Speed, and Prepare for Battle, all the 3 big links that were very, very important back in the day. But this guy was harder hitter than that other one was, which is funny because technically the Dokkan Fest one should be better. You would think he would be better, but this one actually, in most cases, ended up being better because they shared the same name, and a lot of people would just run this guy over the Kaioken Blue one. But here we go. Leader skill obviously gets a massive boost, but it's really not that relevant. Super attack prior to EZA was causes supreme damage to the enemy. Now it's raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes supreme, so the exact same thing as this guy. Again, not crazy good, but not bad. Okay, passive prior to the EZA is attack plus 100% when performing super attack. Very, very simple. Now it's attack and defense plus 100% when performing a super attack. Gains additional attack and defense plus 59%. And give all allies 7% to critical hit chance. And attack plus 20% if all allies attacking in the same turn are on the Realm of Gods category. Whew, yeah, that's a really powerful effect. So think about what he's getting, right? So obviously this guy's meant to be ran on the Realm of Gods category, which is fine, right? Realm of Gods has been getting buffs forever. Like, this category is never going to stop receiving buffs. That's just how the game works at this point. If you run him, and on the other hand too, like just in addition to what I was talking about before, like this is way more restrictive. Just having a full tech type team, it's way more restrictive than just having a full Realm of Gods team. Clearly, right? So not only is this an easier condition to achieve, but it's also a better reward. Like, this Goku's getting a better reward. He's getting the same thing this guy's getting. He's getting an additional attack and defense plus 59% boost, as well as 7% crit chance to the rotation. But he's also giving the whole rotation 20% extra attack as well, for an easier condition. So they just made this blue Goku, like, way better than this Tech one. So, I don't know what the reasoning behind that is. I guess maybe it was because this guy's already an orb changer, and they didn't want to make him too good. But I mean, orb changers are fine; they're good, but they're not like game-breakingly good. But again, this goes back to what I was saying in the beginning of the video, which was this guy, again, when he got his Dokkan Awakening initially, was better than the blue Kaioken Goku, and honestly, to me, he looks way better than the blue Kaioken Goku now, right? I mean, he's 100% attack and defense when performing a super attack. So keep in mind, this is all on super attack. So even if this portion, if this whole portion right here, yeah, right here. So 59% attack and defense, and then an extra 20% attack and 7% crit. If this portion is calculated at the start of turn, it's basically like saying attack plus 79% and defense plus 59%, and then he gets an additional 100% attack and defense when performing a super attack. This guy's going to hit really, really hard. Plus with his EZA stats, right? Yeah, this guy's going to be pretty ridiculous. And he's a support unit. This guy's probably the best blue Goku in the game, and it's not even close. Right? I mean, I don't know. He seems ridiculous to me. So that's the blue and Tech Super Saiyan Blue Gokus. Now let's talk about Gogeta. So Gogeta, we all know his leader skill is going to be this, because that's how every other 120 leader is. Prior to EZA, his super attack did immense damage and lowered attack and defense. Now it raises defense for 1 turn and causes immense damage and lowers attack and defense. So I would argue that the one major flaw this character had before he got his EZA was he had 0 defense. It's just... it was hard to run him in modern events. Like, you take this guy to Super Battle Road, he's getting one shot. Like, he's just getting crushed. So the one thing he really needed from this EZA was defense, and that's exactly what he got, which is great. So he gets defense for 1 turn, which is not a crazy boost, but it's at least helpful. And then the passive prior to the EZA was just 120% attack, and then attack effective against all types. And again, that's the main reason why he was really fragile, right, when he came out. So here's his passive now. Attack and defense, 120%, which already this is a good enough buff. Like, this is good. Also, keep in mind, this guy is almost at 20,000 attack in terms of his attack stat. That's like LR status. So he's going to be hitting really, really hard. So he gains a medium chance to evade enemy attacks when collecting 1 or more rainbow key spheres. So I guess it's just whenever you collect 1 or more rainbow key spheres, a medium chance generally I think is 25%. It's either 25 or 30. I think it depends on what unit it is, because I think they do fluctuate back and forth. But it's either 25 or 30%, which is not insignificant. So again, that also adds to his defensive utility, which is nice. And all you need is 1 rainbow key sphere, which is very easy to get. And then he gains an additional attack plus 40% when collecting 2 or more rainbow key spheres. So there's actually a discrepancy between, collecting the key spheres and launching the super attack after collecting the key spheres. I think the descriptions of passives actually does differentiate between those two, situations. But this one specifically, based on what the Twitter post was saying, it looks like it's just when you collect them, not when you perform the super attack. So it looks like it's not going to be as big of a buff as it would be otherwise. Like INT LR Cell, his post-transformation passive is when you perform a super attack. But this one is, I think, just when you collect them. So it's not going to be multiplicative into this. It's just going to be like an additional 40. So it's literally going to be attack plus 160, I think, is what it's going to be. Unless I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. And then the last portion is he gains a high chance to perform a critical hit when collecting 3 or more rainbow key spheres, which I don't really think is too important or too relevant because of the fact that he is already effective against all types anyway. So effective against all types is a 1.5 times multiplier, and then a crit is a 1.9 times multiplier. So the critical hit is definitely going to affect the damage. It's a 0.4% higher multiplier. But it's not so big to the point of like, oh my god, getting high chance to crit is like crazy. No, it's not that crazy. But it is, it's extra damage, which is nice. And then collecting 3 rainbow key spheres might seem like a lot, but keep in mind, you can run this guy on Movie Heroes. Guess who else is on Movie Heroes? Spirit Problems Orb Goku. So yeah, that guy's gonna pretty much be this guy's main partner. And I imagine whenever we get the Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku's EZA, the Tech Super Tech 120 lead, he also works well with Rainbow Key Spheres. So maybe having like those three on the team together in Movie Heroes, that's gonna like revitalize the Movie Hero team. And then you also have like STR Goten floating around as well. So there's a lot of really good synergy going on with the Movie Heroes team. And although this guy is probably going to help the Fusion team more so than Movie Heroes, because I think the Fusion's team needs the help more. The Fusion team already has a really good int unit in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. You could obviously run this guy on there as well. He's going to be really, really good. But I think this guy does fit better on the Movie Heroes team. I mean, keep in mind, the base form Halloween Gotenks and Ghost, like they are also a Rainbow Orb Changer, so they could also help this guy in the Fusions category too. So I think them specifically designing this unit's EZA to work well with Rainbow Key Spheres is really, really smart, because there's a lot of units on both this guy's main teams, Fusions and Movie Heroes, that work well with that. So that is pretty much all we have today. I am actually pretty impressed by especially this Goku. I think this Goku is what caught my eye the most. Again, I'm a big fan of when they start implementing new mechanics to the game. So, you know, all allies being a part of, you know, a certain typing, which I'm not a huge fan of, but all allies being a part of a certain category, that's very easy to do. So, yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys all in the next one.